Hey, welcome to What You're Reading, where librarians from around DeKalb County talk about the teen books that we are reading during social distancing. My name is Fran, and I am from the North Lake location.
Hi, my name is Mia, and I'm from the Decatur Library.
And I'm Nicole. I'm from the Harrison Crossing Library.
And shout out to our fourth member, Angela, who is not here with us. We hope that she will be back very soon. Sending love to her. This week, we are talking about books that we are reading for Hispanic Heritage Month, kind of a non-traditional month in that it runs through the middle of September to the middle of October. Am I right about that? Believe that is correct. But that's cool because you get to celebrate it in 2 different months. And, you know, if you're like the type of person who has like a birthday week or month instead of a day, you would celebrate it all through September and all through October. And really, there's no bad time to celebrate Hispanic heritage. So let's just pretend like it's forever. We're going to be sharing some of our recent reads with characters who are of Hispanic descent. And I'm going first. So this is actually a book that I talked about during our fall 2020 books that we were excited about. And I've had a chance to finish it since then, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's called Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. Aiden Thomas is a Latinx writer. He's also a trans man, and that is important because so is the main character in this. Cemetery Boys is about a group of, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, because I looked all in the internet and could not find a person pronouncing this word out loud, but Brujex, so it's like brujas and brujos, basically a version on the internet, they translated it to witch or sorcerer, but Brujex is the gender neutral version of that. And they live in a cemetery, and the main character in the book is kind of trying to figure out how to become a brujo when a lot of people in his community don't recognize his true gender and want him to become a bruja and practice a different type of magic. So he has his own binding ceremony. He has his own ceremony with a friend of his who believes in him, and he is accepted as a brujo, but the first person that he tries to help out, for some reason his magic doesn't work, and he's not able to free this very cute ghost. And so, as happens a lot of the time in YA novels with very cute ghosts, there's a romance with the very cute ghost. And the very cute ghost is named Julian. The main character is named Yadriel. It's like pretty serious in that there's like a lot of, it might be a little triggering if, you know, you personally are gender nonconforming. There are moments definitely when Yadriel is misgendered, but they never speak his dead name. And I would say that by the end of the book, he definitely finds acceptance in his community, which is really lovely. The romance story is also great. It also takes place largely in a graveyard because that's where he lives and where his family lives. So if you want those like, you know, cool October vibes, I would definitely recommend this book. Again, it is own voices in multiple ways, and I really, really enjoyed it. And we have that available on Overdrive and in person to pick up at your local library.
Yay! So the one I picked, I'm actually listening to it, so I've got the audio right here, and it is I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, and it is by Erika Sanchez. And I really like it listening to the audio because there is a lot of Spanish words in it, and so it's kind of nice hearing it and knowing the pronunciation, and so it's a really good audio if you like audios so far. I'm not too far into it, but I will say that like the first 5 minutes I was already crying because this won't be a spoiler because like I said, it happens at the very beginning, is her sister has passed away. And so sort of her finding out who her sister really is, she finds something in her sister's room and it gets her to think that maybe she doesn't know her sister as well as she thought. I personally have sisters, so for me, it's always hard for me to read books where the sister passes away. So it's a little struggle for me, but it's really good. I also was expecting it to be more like Diary of a Part-Time Indian and more funny, and it's really doesn't have a lot of humor. It's like more, I feel like, gut-wrenching, just like her relationship with her mom and her dad and how she feels. So it's definitely not a happy-go-lucky diary type of book. It's more of a dealing with your place in your family and in your country, and a lot of sort of deeper feelings. I also think it's more for an older teen because the language also is pretty, I mean, the F word is used definitely very frequently, as well as some of the things that she's finding out about her sister just seem a little more adult. So it's definitely for an older, I would say an older teen. But the other thing is the mom decides after the sister passes away, the way she's going to heal herself is to throw the main character her quinceanera, even though she's already 15. And so that part has a little bit of humor in it. But like I said, it's definitely a heavier read and definitely for an older teen, but really good.
I was telling
you Mia, right?
Yeah, it's fabulous. Yeah, so great, fabulous pick.
So you said there's more crying, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna cry the whole time.
Okay,
yep.
Great.
Just get ready. Get tissues ready.
Clear my sinuses.
Mine has a little crying at the very end, but in general, it seems like it's the happiest of these three. And by a little crying, I mean I was pretty ruined, but in a good way. It was like a lot of just like happy sort of crying. So.
Well, I am rounding us out with my pick, and it's actually from May of this year, and it's called We Are Not From Here by Torres Sanchez. And as you can tell, I'm about halfway done, and it is, how can I put it? It is heartbreaking. It's a heavy read, especially right now with everything that's going on in the world. This book is most definitely for older teens. There is sexual assault, there is forced gang violence, but it's basically about three teens from, it happens from different point of views, but it's about Polga, Quinta, and Chico. They're cousins, and then a family friend who's been adopted into the family. And it's about them escaping from Guatemala and trying to get across the US-Mexico border. But like I said, this is emotionally intense. I have found myself like having to stop for a minute and kind of process what's going on. As an adult reading it, you just want to help. You just want to help them, and you know, it's a needed read, but it's a hard read. Right now we have it as a book. You can place it on hold. There's one other person on hold right now. I'm going to finish up the audiobook here pretty soon, and then the audiobook will be available, and the ebook only has a couple people waiting for it too. But it's definitely a hard one, but yeah, I recommend it if you're an older teen.
And I forgot to mention too that mine is available in book form, CD. It's also on Overdrive, and then we also have the Spanish version in book form at the library. So you can also, if you read from Spanish, you can get the book in Spanish, which is nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all we have for this week. We hope to see you next week. If you have some favorites that you would like to recommend to other people, teen books for Hispanic Heritage Month, please leave that in the comments. We would love your suggestions as well. And we'll see you next week. Bye.